Yeah, so that hole in the center, it wasn't. I looked at it and I thought it had some markings like it was used before, and it's not. It was just some sort of weep hole or something. Just a crankcase ventilation, just a sort of a bypass tube. I'm going to check these other bolts out. I have to get this plastic cover on before I put the pulley on, or there's an issue. Okay, looks like that's them. It's in the metal, but like sheet metal type of screws, like not machined or threaded holes. It's like sheet metal screws. Am I missing something here? What's going on? Crap, I bet that's the. Maybe it did. I'm not gonna bother with it right now. I want to test this sucker. I've been waiting for months. The belt. Overfilled from the stock, and I was planning on running higher, so I'm running higher. Oh, come on, get in there. Sounds alright. Let's see what she does. As far as this up here. Okay, I'm going to add on this final little segment to this video so I can get this out there. But as you can see, the other little part when I first trying it, I was trying it with a different camera. This is on my camera phone here. I was trying a little cheesy GoPro knockoff camera, and I think it's the card or something. The camera I think is okay, but the audio was weird. I actually tried to fix it. But I'm going to show this here. I machined the connecting rod to bore it out to proper size so it would have a smoothing, and then I also added an oiler in it, and it did, you could kind of see it run it for a little bit, but I'm just going to run this a little bit to add this to this video to finish up this little series here, because I'm sure everybody, you know, would want to see if I've gone that part making some of these videos at length or whatever. They at least want to see everything what's happened with it. So here, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, and you can watch this and check it out. It's running good. I've actually run it for quite a while and been using it for weeks. I just haven't finished up this video. I've always liked this one, and that's what these ones are. But I don't like maintenance-free air compressors. The oil bath ones are always better because they're quieter. Those other ones, well, you can still sort of maintenance them, but you have to pull them apart, and the little O-rings wouldn't grease them and stuff. But these ones that are this kind of compressor head that are oil bath are way better, I believe. They're quieter like this too. I had to change some bolts around because from the last parts of the video, because this is where it actually goes, and it holds this little belt guard on here. When I was doing it, I was just testing the air, and I held my hands here, but I've been using it, so I'll obviously go back together. But before it actually finally stopped, and what had happened is, I think you can see in the earlier part, there's that little tab, the oil slinger, which is like a little blade-looking dipping thing that looks like a little double-edged sword almost. But it would dip in the oil and sling it around, and it broke off on the one side, and it got moved around and somehow, and it actually jammed in there and stopped it, and I thought something else had seized up. So I pulled it apart, and that was just it. It had been running without a little bit of lubrication, and I'm surprised it didn't really damage the cylinder walls or the rings or anything very much, and it probably had to reseat them a little bit. But I think that the air pressure with the oil on there now is sealing up better, and it's, you know, I just thought it was starting to have more issues getting wore out, and it obviously built up pressure a little quicker than it had before it seized up with that being jammed up. This actually got like a good, it says it's a 5-horse motor. This is the biggest one I've ever found that was a 110 mobile one. It'll push like at, okay, why am I got an inverter front here? Hold on. Okay. Like 7.4 CFM at 90 PSI. So some of those big stand-up tanks ones are like 11 to 15, so this isn't super smaller than that. It'll keep up with some things pretty good. I just need to get a new gauge. This one here for the regulated part don't work. There's this one here. It's about ready to kick off. It's almost at 140. I'm not sure if the gauge is reading super accurate anymore either. Mostly because I think it's sitting around some other stuff. Kind of vibrates on the legs and everything, and the wheels, and you know, and maybe this rattles a little bit, but it's a lot quieter than it was. It did seem like there was making the aluminum on the dry journal was certainly causing some issues, but I was able to not um, interfere with the gaskets and everything, and I actually did still, regardless, put the oil a little bit higher. I didn't do the oil tube. I didn't really figure I needed to have the connecting rod part of it dipping into the oil that was at a way higher oil level, because I did replicate and build an oil slinger, so I'm just running it just maybe a little bit higher than it was, just in case any sort of moisture things kind of get in there. That might have been what happened, is over the years, and sometimes run it cold in the winter, and it may have seeped by and had some water in the bottom, and it froze, and maybe that thing had went down and plunged to try to hit and it was ice under the oil, and it may have bent it, and it finally broke off or something. I really don't know what happened. I don't know. That's the only thing I can kind of guess, is that, maybe I needed to change the oil out of it, especially the way I've run it over the years. So, and I've changed the oil in it a number of times, but just didn't in that time where it was probably important to. So, but that's it. That's how it's doing pretty good. So, it was definitely a success. I don't have to buy a new a compressor head. I thought about getting one of those V twin ones at Harbor Freight, but they're $150, and I was able to pull this in apart and do this and make it a success. So, hopefully you enjoyed watching. Thank you. Bye.